Hello, everybody. Welcome to this new episode of Reactor, the podcast about deep tech and climate tech. My name is Jerome Gilleron, and today we're going to do our favorite good news episode. I hope that everybody is fine. We're going to present this week. We dive into the VCs, so the investors that actually add value. We are going to dive into an exclusive deep tech event in Berlin and a major call for startups in the beverage industry. The European Deep Tech Startups Report and the Deforestation 101 will close this list of news for this week. Also, this week, I continue with the series of 5 early-stage deep tech and climate tech startups or scale-ups that I spotted in my newsletter's recommendation for further reading. And finally, please check out the written newsletters so you can see some jobs in the deep tech and climate tech industries for all job seeker out there. So if you don't know me, I'm Jerome. I'm a sales and technical sales guy. I've been doing technical sales guy sales stuff for a while, and for the last 3 years I've been the podcast host for Reactor, where I want to highlight the best opportunity for startups. I want to bring my audience to the next level, and then when you're a scaled or corporate, I want to showcase your technologies, your leadership, and increase your visibility. My audience newsletter is seen globally. My visibility is mainly US, 30%, and then Canada, UK, Germany, Australia, India in majority. So if you're interested in this scope, please reach out to me and we can do and work together. I'm available on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Let's go into the first news of the day. Investors truly create value. So not all investors are created equal. Most claim to bring value add, quote unquote. Only 5% makes a difference. A study of 800 MEA investors show that startups backed by the top VCs are 4.5 more likely to reach Series A. Why? Why is that so much higher? Because they get access to the best deals and a sharp selection. They get strategic support, which is really important in the beginning of a company, and structured funding. And also they get a strong follow-up and follow-ons investor network. The network and investor, when used properly, is a game changer. So raising money is not enough. Choosing the right VC can be a game changer. Here are the list of top 40 seed investor to watch: Cell, Index Ventures, Cherry Ventures, Random, Northzone, Arena, Agritech, Helix Capital. First, if you want the full report, go on my newsletter and you will see the full list. Thanks, Arthur, for sharing this list of VCs. Second news of the day is Deeptech Momentum. It's an event happening in Berlin in May 2025. It's the largest invite-only deal engine for deep tech startups, investors, and industry leaders. And there's only 6% of applicants that make it there. From 5,000 startups, only 300 can go there. And they get to meet the VCs and LPs managing $20 billion in assets. 150 million in funding has already been secured for the past Deep Tech Momentum startups, and it's only the second edition of the event, so you can see it's growing. And finally, the last item for a Deep Tech Momentum is there is no boring panel. There are reverse pitches, so investor pitch to startups. There is venture clienting rounds, masterclass, and in-zone mentoring. If you want to be part of this deep tech renaissance in Europe, go and see on newsletter the link to join the event in Berlin in May, organized by Martin Schilling. So, third news of the day: if you are a startup working on science-backed functional ingredients, there is a chance to collaborate with Corporación, Hijos de Rivera, and EIT Food to shape the future of beverages. Who should apply? Startups with innovative, health-focused ingredients and a solution that enhanced sustainability and functionality in drinks. So it's a real call for beverage startups with two great partners. So if you're revolutionizing the beverage industry, don't miss this opportunity. There's a deadline. You can see all the information on the newsletter. E5, News for 2025 European Deeptech report is here. It's a really great piece of work. It's out. It's coming out every year, published by Dealroom, Star, and Walden Catalyst. So the 2025 edition paints the most comprehensive picture yet of our growing ecosystem, and there's a lot to be optimistic about. In 2024, 17.7 billion euro was raised by European deep tech startups, with the climate sector leading the charge. Despite global funding turbulence, Europe is pushing forward and the flywheel is turning faster. Here are our other highlights. You can check. The AI deep tech crossover is booming. Foundation models, AI chips, and robotics are attracting massive investments. Climate deep tech is leading the way, so exactly in the scope of reactors. I'm really glad. With carbon capture, battery innovation, and clean industry tech surging. Europe's strengths lie in R&D and talent. Strong universities, peanuts, and deep science background give us a competitive edge in the global world. Yet still commercialization remains our weak point, and that's why also reactor exists. France and Germany and the UK dominate the funding rounds, but CEE and Southern Europe are raising fast. And finally, the good highlight to read is the government-backed fund and EIC grants are becoming decisive in closing early rounds. So why this report matters? This is really your go-to playbook if you're building or investing in deep tech in Europe. It's packed with actionable insights, intels, trends to watch, breakdown by sectors, geography, maturity. You can download the full report in my newsletters. Thank you to Tania Suarez and the team at Dealroom for sharing their excellent work. Final news of the day: deforestation. It's hard to describe in an audio because it's going to be a video. But I found this really insightful video about deforestation. So how does it really impact the planet, and what can be done about it? The climate communicator Frank Holleman has just released a brilliant, easy to digest video explaining the chain reaction that begins when forests disappear, and here's the summary about it. Forests store carbon, so when they're cut down or burned, the carbon is released into the atmosphere, thus accelerating climate change. Trees regulate rainfalls and cool the forest. Less forest, less rain, hotter temperature, feedback loops that spirals. Forests are biodiversity havens. The deforestation leads to species extinctions, including those that could hold cures or unlock bio-based innovation. It affects humans too. Agriculture becomes less productive, water cycles break down, and local communities suffer first and hardest. Twist: most deforestation is driven by a few communities: palm oil, soy, beef, and a handful of global supply chain. Frank dives into what can be done, from satellite monitoring to legal frameworks and regenerative agriculture. Really go into the newsletter and watch this 4 minutes video. It's really informative, very nicely done. A must watch for watcher, investor, and policymaker investing in working in climate and biodiversity. We continue with the new section, the 5 deep tech or climate tech early stage startups or scale up I've spotted this week. We got Nix. It's a company helping farmers monitor animals with much more confidence and resilience. We got Manastu Space. It's a scale up. They help satellite manufacturers have the greenest and most effective propulsion systems. Demet'Air, which is a startup, they help companies reduce their building energy footprint with the best vertical forest system that does not endanger buildings. We got LightMirror. They help cities better detect energy efficiencies and how to fix them. And we got SONOJET. They help industry manufacture better print with aerosol. Finally, a section that you will go and see on the newsletter. It's much better and it's hard to describe in a podcast, is the jobs. There's all jobs in deep tech and climate tech. Job at Athlon 3D, which is atomic scale manufacturing in Copenhagen, and a company doing metal additive manufacturing in Luxembourg. AM for AM. There's tech and sales position and marketing positions over there. Thank you for listening to this episode, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.